apologize if you are watching this. I know it's not typically Friday. I'm trying to do a bit more reactions on the daily, especially for songs that I really want to react to. I don't want to have to keep waiting for Friday and having this huge backlog of songs and games. Yeah, just because it's not a Friday and just having to have all the fandom sort of share a day is getting a little So yeah, I'll be reacting today to my first story and Hyde's Mugen. Did not know this is a theme song from Demon Slayer. I'm hoping this doesn't have spoilers in it. I'm hoping this is just gonna be Hyde and my first story. I'm not up to date with the new Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba, which I should. I found out that the new season, I think, ended and they announced some movies. Okay, UFO Table. I wasn't unaware. Extremely, extremely excited to check this out. Number one already because I was not expecting a collaboration between my first story and Hyde. Hyde is one of my favorite Japanese artists, period. I have been following Laruku or Larkin Ciel since 2001. 2000? Early 2000s. I've also seen Hyde a couple times as well as Hyde and also his band Vamps with Kaz. And then for my first story, for those who are unfamiliar, is another J-rock band whose lead singer is the younger brother of Taka from One Ok Rock. So if you were ever listening to any of my first story and realize that some of his notes or the way he sings, especially for the long extended notes. So if you were ever listening to any of my first story songs and you're like, how come his voice sounds familiar or similar to another rock band that I know of, you're probably thinking of One Ok Rock. So my first story is made up of Hiroki Moriuchi, Kids, who is, I believe, the drummer, Teru on guitar, Nob on bass, and Sho on second guitar. I'm really excited to see how far Hiroki has come. I've been following my first story since their first song dropped. He's definitely come into his own as a performer and as a singer. All right, here we go. My first story, Hyde, Mugen. Reminds me of Mugen Train. In 3, 2, and 1. Oh, a sad song. Do we got English subs? Oh my gosh, Hyde! I got to meet him in person. He's so cool. Hey, this is a good song. Let's go, bass. I really like the stage that they're on as well. Infinity, Mugen. The thumbnail. Their voices are so good. Also very compatible. Hell yeah! That was awesome. I couldn't stop smiling only because Hyde has not changed. His mannerisms, the way that he performs is constantly consistent. It brought back so much nostalgia to my high school days. Just little background on ZorDon. When I was in high school, I would always have like a Hyde picture that I would print out and I would put on my binder. And then on weekends, I would try to style my hair like Hyde, and I would dress like him as well. So I was a little bit obsessed with Hyde. But seeing him collab with my first story is amazing. The ending bit where they start screaming, I was waiting for it because when it comes to a my first story song, there's always a bit where they scream. There's some type of screamo, and I love it. This is a really cool contrast between the two of them. The blue on Hiroki and then the red on Hyde. I noticed that all of the colors throughout the video were compatible. Their voices are very nice together as well. There's some collabs where you hear it and you're like, okay, their voices are too distinct, a little too different. That can make for awkward harmonization or when they're singing the same parts. Very, very nice. Also, Hiroki's voice has matured so much. I'm so proud of him. This particular backdrop, the one where they're in like the small room, the green and red look fantastic. Also, the way that it seems like paint rushes across the screen makes me think of Kimetsu no Yaiba because of the art style that Ufotable uses for their attacks. I'm curious now what the context of this is in Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer. Oh, it's the opening song. It was written by Chimera's and my first story. I really love how poetic the lyrics are. I think for me, based on the lyrics themselves and then the video alone, without taking into account for the anime, the song itself I feel like is a message to someone, whoever it is that they're talking to, is gathering strength in the wrong way. The way to get, I guess, eternity, Mugen, is not in the way that you think it is. What you're doing, what you think is strength, is actually a weakness that is not permanent. It is a temporary thing that will not last into the future, if that makes sense. I'm assuming that the character or whoever the song is talking about is gathering strength in the wrong way. Probably, it's a shonen, right? So I'm assuming like power, they're pushing through with force and with negative emotions, and it's the opposite of the power of friendship. It's probably the opposite of empathy. It's more, I'm solo, I'm doing this on my own, by myself. I can do this out of anger, out of spite, revenge, whatever that is. And the song is trying to say that that is not a permanent solution. The second verse seems to be talking about the main character, the good guy, who, or the shonen protagonist, who, unlike the antagonist, is building strength the correct way. Taking all the names of people who have helped them get to where they are today, and basically, my friends are my power. My experience is my power, and it's not in a negative, toxic sort of way. So basically, regardless of all of the bad things that his life and the traumas that he went through, he still keeps getting up and he still keeps pushing forward. Whereas, I'm assuming whatever antagonist it is, let the trauma build their character in the wrong way, in a negative light. Verse 2 is very much someone who has processed their trauma and is moving forward rather than letting it drag them behind or push them to revenge. Hurt people do hurt people, but it is up to you and it's up to us to make the choice not to let the past dictate our future, if that makes sense. I have theories, but I'm not gonna say any because they're Demon Slayer related. I'm trying to keep it within the focus of the song itself. Why is this making me feel like something bad's gonna happen in Demon Slayer? I'm going to binge Kimetsu no Yaiba. The reason why I wanted to react to this ASAP is because I wanted to have this on my playlist. For any of you who are fans of my first story or Hyde or both of them, I would love to know what you thought of this opening. Anyone who is a fan of the anime Kimetsu no Yaiba / Demon Slayer, I would love to know what you thought of this opening compared to the other opening themes. For me, honestly, as much as I love Zankyosa, nothing beats Lisa's Tsuyoku Nareru. Still an absolute banger. Thank you so much for letting me geek out a little bit. Anyways, guys, I just want to remind you that you are AWESOME. You are AWESOME. Alright, guys, I'll see you all in the next video whenever I post this. Would love to hear your comments. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, Ring that bell for notifications, because I don't know what I'm going to be reacting to next other than the usual Fandom Fridays and Sonic Saturdays. But we shall see. Alright guys, bye-bye!